Welcome to a special edition of the CK Podcast / post-game show. I'm your host, Leo Biaz. Today we got, obviously, our other co-host, E-Man, but we got a very special guest, Vince Miracle, Sac Kings Nation, my brother. I saw you tweeting out some good stuff today. I said, man, I got to get Vince on the show. We've been tweeting as of late. How you doing, man?
Good, guys. Happy New Year to you. Happy holidays to everybody. What's up, man? Yeah, Kings get a big win. So I'm happy to be on a show after a Kings win.
It seems like you lost some money tonight. Did you bet the Pacers?
Yeah, for sure I did.
Oh, that's why he's not excited. I'm like, there's a reason why this dude's not excited. Okay, now I get it.
Yeah, I definitely bet on them Pacers. I bet a nice chunk on the Pacers. But
-4?
Nah, I got it early last night at -2.5, and I still lost. So it
That's
don't even
not a
matter.
bad line.
That's
not a bad line. How you doing, E-Man?
I'm good, man. I'm just happy to know the Kings aren't tanking.
They are not tanking. That's what it's all about. Again, approach the game with respect, and everything else will take care of itself. Now, if you lose, obviously, everybody got to lose a game or so. And tonight, the Kings played well for the most part. They had key defensive stops. Richaun Holmes is an absolute beast. I hope this puts this Miles Turner, off-season chat that, he's good. I'm like, nah, he's not good. Richaun Holmes is much better and much cheaper, and I was firm on that. And I hope the Turner lovers really stop talking because, I don't know basketball, man. Plain and simple. This dude disappears in big moments. Honestly, this guy disappears in big moments his entire career. He's a little bit better than Willie Cauley-Stein, honestly. Had $18 million, my God. That's all I got to say. Vince, let's start off with you, man. What was your biggest takeaway from tonight?
First off, I'm on the Miles Turner hype. I like Miles Turner. I don't think he's worth $18 million. I think Richaun Holmes is cheaper. So I would rather have Richaun Holmes over Miles Turner. If I'm changing out a center, it's obviously going to be somebody better than Miles Turner, but I am on the Miles Turner hype. But only if we would have got Victor Oladipo in a deal. Now, back to your question. Mr. Consistent, Harrison Barnes is like the key of the game. Plus, Richaun Holmes is the Kings' absolute best defender. When he's not in the game, you can just tell the Kings' defense struggles, man. Like, if he can avoid foul trouble, he's just a monster for this team. He's such a key piece on if they want to continue winning. And, man, if they can play defense consistently the way that they did today, this is the best defense I've ever seen the Kings play in a long time. They were moving. They had high energy. They were bumping into their defenders. It was good. This was probably my favorite game watching them, even though I lost money.
E-Man?
On Miles Turner, I think like the Kings, man, you got to pay them a little more money because they're not in a big market. So you have to pay him $18 million for him to stay, or he's gonna walk. He's gonna go somewhere. So you got to do that.
Yeah, but to me, as I've said, you don't feel that guy when he's in the game. He's not an impactful player. Let's be honest. He's an okay big man. Honestly, he's a little bit better than Willie Cauley-Stein. And to me, Willie's not that good.
Yeah. So, I like him too. I'm not gonna hate on him. I think he's a really good player. Obviously,
he's not a really good player. He's an above average player.
The only reason why you don't like him is because of his price tag.
No, I think he's a backup center. He's a backup center.
He's a
starter.
He's a backup center.
Yeah, he is for sure.
You can't name a lot of guys who are going to start over him. But regardless,
Richaun Holmes.
That's a whole.
Let's put him back. Let's bring him to the end of the show. Kings fans want to know about the Kings and what we thought about them today. I thought Luke called out a really simple game plan, and it worked out well. And the bigs look comfortable out there for the first time in a while.
What did you notice specifically?
I noticed everyone going under screens. The only time they would go over a screen would be versus Brogdon. They'd switch on him occasionally, just to show them that, we're not going to consistently go under the screen. Like every now and then we're going to show. So the majority of the game plan was go under the screens, big men, you just sit back, watch what happens, and double team Sabonis, and then roll out and live with the results. Live with them shooting, live with them pulling up. If you noticed, all the shots Oladipo was taking were pull-ups, and Fox made sure Oladipo started dribbling, and then he would go under the screen, and then Oladipo would shoot off the dribble, and he was missing. And for shooters, that's the hardest shot in the game. I mean, you look at Buddy when he catches and shoots, it's a bucket. Your boy, what's his name? What's his name? The shooting guard who was going off today on the Pacers. He's a bucket too, but when he got catch and shoots, the same thing. He got a bucket, and for shooters, like I said, pulling up is the hardest shot, and a lot of the looks that they were getting today were pull-ups. Even Holiday, the other Holiday brother, pull-ups, and it worked out well, man. I want to see that game plan. I want to see them stick to that same game plan, just so for the sake of the big men, and see what happens to them versus the Blazers.
So your game plan every game, at least from a schematic standpoint, is protect the paint and live with jump shots, right?
Yeah. I legit think they should do that. I think that their personnel doesn't fit them. Like besides Holmes, no one else can go out there and hang with the guard. Like Bagley can't do that. Belita can't do that. Hassan can't do that. So base case scenario, all you can do is hope that Victor Oladipo and Dame and every elite guard has the off night versus you, and live with the result. I think they have to stick to that because I think we've seen enough. If you're going to keep playing Bagley, he doesn't know what to do when he's out there with the wings on a pick and roll situation. It's barbecue chicken. Everyone looks for it. And so you got to say, you know what? We're going to make it easy for you, Bagley. Literally sit back, watch the play, and box out. That's all you got to do. If they drop off to the big, someone's going to double team with you. So just sit back and relax.
What's your observation?
Simple.
What's your observation, Vince, on that specifically?
What was that?
What's your observation on that specifically?
Well, I mean, I think that everything he said is right. I mean, they went under a lot of screens and no one was making shots. Justin Holiday and Victor Oladipo were the key players that were missing shots today, and it worked in the Kings' benefit. The double teaming on Sabonis was so smart. I think Halliburton is the best person reading when, let's say, one of their guys is crossing across the court to give Sabonis more space. He would just collapse automatically, and then to see the other guys apply the pressure and leaving their man, the full rotation defensively. Again, this is the best defense I think I've ever seen the Kings play, at least in like the last 3 years. This was by far the best game that they need to play. But if they're going to go against the Blazers with this same defense of going under screens, they're going to get lit up, and it's not going to be fun to watch. So I think the big thing they're going to need to target in their next game is the weakest shooter of the bunch. I think you're going to have to try and get Derrick Jones Jr. to shoot the ball. You're going to need to try and get Covington to shoot the ball because all those other guys are going to knock it down regardless.
Yeah, and the way I would notice the Warriors against the Blazers in the playoffs is exactly what the Warriors did to the Kings a few nights ago, where they were giving Hassan Whiteside that role, right? They would take the ball out of either Buddy's hands, De'Aaron's hands, and that's how I think. I feel like the great guards need to be blitzed, and then if they do come with the pick, say it's a big man or say it's a Jones Jr., then allow Curry or allow Buddy or Fox or whoever it is to dump it to that big man. So in this case, it'd be Nurkic. Allow Nurkic to either beat you, either roll into the rim all the way to the cup, or for him to actually make a play. I'm going to live with that dude making the play because I don't want to give any space to Damian. I don't want to give any space to CJ. And the Warriors destroyed the Kings a week and a half ago because they just couldn't blitz Curry. And he brings so much attention as it is, and he's such a great skilled playmaker that he's going to pick them apart. So that's my game plan. It's a little bit different than what E-Man was kind of referring to today. But again, I think last year's Bucks, they literally gave up the most threes in the NBA, but they protected the paint. And sometimes you either got to do one or the other because the Kings sometimes are half-assing both, and then you're going to lose a lot of ball games. So
we're figuring that out quick, bro. They tried. They guarded the Blazers like how you would want to. They would show, they would hedge, they would go over screens, they would fight over screens, they would switch. Like everything you're asking of them to do, they did, and they got destroyed.
No.
So if you're gonna
Hedging,
make adjustments, they're gonna say, Leo, we tried your way. We
no.
gotta do something else.
Hedging and blitzing are two different things, though. I want them to literally blitz Damian and literally take the ball out of his hands and make him dump it off every single time. Because when you
But
hedge, you're literally going back. You're
but
like
Leo,
half-ass blitzing.
Leo, they weren't even blitzing, and he still dropped it off.
Who are you even gonna blitz with? You're gonna blitz with Mahomes and get him
Yeah.
off? Like, no
So
way.
yeah, then you rotate with
You
Harrison
just
Barnes.
saw what Sabonis did today. He went 28-10. If you give him that, if Nurkic just as good in the post with both hands, you give that with Harrison Barnes
But
on him.
Nurkic can
or
dribble like
that's
Sabonis, though.
barbecue chicken down there. And
No,
if you're
but
are you kidding me?
but
Easy.
Nurkic can't dribble the ball like Sabonis, though.
No, you can't dribble.
Sabonis can catch the ball at the 3-point line and make plays. Nurkic is too big. He's too slow. He's not skilled enough like Sabonis to make those type of plays.
But Nurkic is literally catching it under the free throw line. That's all he needs.
Or at the top of the free throw line.
Right.
Yeah.
So you bring the double faster, though. That's what I'm saying. The same way the Pelicans beat. The same way the Pelicans beat the Blazers out one year when they beat them 4-0. That's exactly what they did to Damon, to CJ. They said Aminu. They said everybody else beat me.
I'll tell you this, Leo. If the Kings had like 3 Rashawn Holmes on the bench and then Rashawn Holmes starting, I would be okay with that.
Yeah.
but the fact that Bagley literally cannot make a read and literally has no feel on defense, it makes it impossible for you to be like, I trust Bagley to do that when Holmes is on the bench getting a breather. Because they're gonna target him whenever he's on the floor. They're gonna say, out of all the guys,
I'm not saying the
gonna
whole
switch
game
with,
though. I'm saying to start off that way, rattle them a little bit, and let the other guys beat you. If that's the case, and just go back to dropping off or sagging off. Sorry.
But then if you do that early, that can get a lead that's going to be harder to come back from. I mean, you got to think like Nurkic. If Bagley's guarding him, he's going to have to make him become a playmaker because you can't let Bagley go one-on-one with Nurkic. That's like E-Man saying, that's barbecue chicken down there. That is easy eating. So you're going to have to come bring help, and then you're going to leave guys like Carmelo, Gary Trent Jr., Rocco.
And I understand what I'm
those
saying.
Those guys are real shooters. You can't.
I'm saying when Damian Lillard asks for a pick and roll, it's probably a high screen anyway, because as you know how the Blazers play, they set a lot of hammer screens. Literally, as soon as he crosses that damn 3-point line, he's setting hella high picks because he wants Damian to either go downhill and kick or stop on the dime. So as soon as he hits that damn screen with Rashawn Holmes guarding Nurkic, blitz him and then let Nurkic go down and just allow him to make a play. I'm going to live with Nurkic making the play with the ball in his hands with the live dribble. That's all I'm referring to. I think you guys are confused on what I'm saying, though.
No, I get it. What you want in an ideal world is Nurkic to have the ball and the Kings rotating all night. That's what you want.
That's it.
Because he's either going to go for a layup or kick it out, and someone else to rotate. And that's what
the Warriors just did to Hassan Whiteside. People were like, "Oh my God, Hassan Whiteside scoring buckets." No. The Warriors dared him to score those buckets. They allowed him to get the entire middle. And yeah, he made a few buckets, but he also had like 3 turnovers.
Yeah, let's be honest though, real quick for everybody. Hassan Whiteside is bad. Like he
For
is
sure.
not good. Can Kings fans
my God.
look at him play? He is not good. He does not deserve to be on the court. Let's just be honest, guys. I don't care
100%.
what the stat line says. Watch the man play. He is horrible.
Agreed.
Okay, well if he's horrible, then the rest of the Kings big men are awful. Besides Holmes. My point is he has to play. He has to play. Because no one else can plug a plate by himself like he can, just standing there and just with his hands up. It's, like I said, his job was super simple. It was like it wasn't even a zone, but it was like he was in a zone position because he was in the paint the whole time. You get what I'm saying? And so when you have him playing like that, he's fine. Like you can leave any big body down there. I don't care whose name it is. If he's 7'2" with the 8-foot wingspan, you just leave him down there. You can leave Boban down there, and he'll do the same thing. You just leave. The Kings don't have that luxury besides Hassan, so you got to play Hassan. You can't say don't play Hassan.
All I'm saying is like, I'm not even gonna say it. Email. Let me ask. Who would you rather play? Leo, you can answer this too. Who would you rather play? Hassan Whiteside or Marvin Bagley right now?
I said it on the last show. I'm playing
Hassan.
Hassan
Yeah.
just because of that fact. He can do
Bagley's
it better.
awful.
Bagley
Bagley's
looked
just
better today.
unplayable right
He
now.
looked better today. He played today. He played fine today because his game plan was super simple. But when he did switch, he got exposed, bro.
No,
He got exposed every single time.
Bagley played 23 minutes, which is what he should be playing.
Bagley
15,
wants to be a
15 to
small
23
forward.
minutes a night.
I would switch it. I would switch it. I would switch Bagley and Hassan's minutes, bro. I would honestly switch it in a heartbeat.
Bagley so badly wants to be Aaron Gordon. Like he
Yeah.
so badly wants to be a small forward. And man, when I say this almost, I feel like I say it every game.
Yeah.
He plays within the offense. He looks good. Like when he plays within the offense,
Yep.
he looks defensively. He's always gonna have his struggles. He's got long arms, but he's got T-Rex arms at the same time. He don't know how to block nobody once he gets blown past. He's just not good at it. He's got a good jump. That's nice, but his mindset is to run down the court, get the ball, and try to score. That's all he wants to do every single time, and you can tell. And when he's forcing it, it looks horrible. When he plays within the offense, he looks great. He gets his rebounds. He looks fluid. The shot starts to go. That's when everyone gets on the hype train. You can see the potential. But, man, he does not want to do that consistently. That's why I would rather have Hassan in the game, like you said, just to take up that space, man, because Bagley, even though he brings that energy, he brings those mistakes that come with it because sometimes I feel like when he has the ball in his hands, first off, he does the number one mistake that I hate seeing is that he brings the ball back down low for guards to get it. That's number one. And number two, when he has that moment, he gets a little too excited, and I feel like he stumbles the ball. He misses so many shots on his own. Like, it's ridiculous. So, Bagley, just calm down, take a breather. You're a power forward, not a small forward, and you'll be good, bro.
He's a center, but yeah, go ahead. No, again.
No.
Big. He's just a big. Just play
Yeah,
big.
With time. He needs. He's 2 years away. Like he's a project, man. He's not ready yet.
Period.
And so, in my opinion, because he's not ready, and this is not the G League. We're not prepping guys. This is the NBA. We need men. I need Hassan out there. No disrespect to Bagley. He will become a good player. Just needs more time.
He needs more time, and as Vince we hit on this every single game. If Bagley is within the flow of the offense, playing like Rashawn Holmes, doing the little things, setting good screens, which he doesn't, he slips everything, or he camps out at the three-point line, which is just sickening to me to watch because how good he can be if he in fact plays like Rashawn Holmes. But again, it's an ego thing. He wants to prove himself. He wants to show that he's a number 2 pick, which is unfortunate because if he played within the constraints of the offense, he'd be so much better, so much more efficient, so much more effective. And unfortunately, he's not that, and he's hurting himself. He's hurting his trade value if in fact he does want to get traded. And there's a lot of teams watching every move he makes right now. And right now, he's not looking very good, but if Luke can just simplify his role, just knock it into his head during film sessions, stop bringing the ball down, just please set a screen, just do the little things to win basketball games, and he'll be just fine. But playing him 23 minutes was a win tonight, and I'm glad that Luke finally decided. I don't know if the front office is saying play him more or play him, whatever it is, if you want to win games, which if Luke gets fired this year, he's not getting a job in the next 3 years. I guarantee it. So by playing Bagley, I just don't think Luke's that silly. I just feel like he knows Bagley's not that good. So is a call coming up from upstairs? Because I mean, come on, it's not rocket science.
I mean,
as soon as it happened, they said that Bagley, Buddy, and Fox are the key three. That's their core that they want to build around. Like that is literally what they believe right now. And maybe that's just preseason hype or offseason hype, but I think they really want Bagley to be whatever they think he's going to be. But he needs to start. Honestly, the player that I think he really wants to be and who I think he should start watching and game planning for is old man Marvin Williams, because that guy finds a role within the team. I don't need him to be anything special. I need you to do your job. And Marvin Williams, he does his job. He goes out there, he plays defense and shoots threes.
Hey,
do something else. Do Derrick Jones Jr.
Hey, don't tell that to Team Bagley, bro. They're gonna get on you.
I don't give up.
No, again, we're not disrespecting Marvin and his family. We're just saying that right now He's at least a year away from being a year away, and and that's being generous, right? I
I say
know he
too.
wants to be Zebo so bad, clear out everybody and go 1-on-1. But whenever he does that, it just looks so bad, and we know what's going to happen. He's going to either turn it over or miss a shot because it's not within the flow of the offense, man.
No. Yeah.
If you only have two moves, you're not a post player. He is the two. He does the two same post moves, and they're so obvious to see. He either swings open and then tries to do that sweeping like thing with his left hand, or he does that turn and then you know that spin is coming. If he doesn't have those two things open, it's either a turnover or a pass back out and then a lazy screen, and then he wants to shoot the three. Like everyone sees your game plan. At some point, you need to evolve yourself. And I'm not trying to hate on Bagley,
Yeah.
but it's like you can just tell that it's like a persona. It's like it's just a mindset that he wants to prove himself, like you said, Leo. And again, at some point, you got to put winning above it all. You got to put a team above it all. And he has to see that when he's flowing, it actually makes the team better. When Marvin Bagley plays within the offense, the team is actually better with Marvin Bagley on the floor. Unfortunately, he doesn't do it enough. And so I think you need to start taking him off the court like they did today. 20, 23 minutes, but when he's on and he's actually playing the right way, then give him more time. But he should not just get the rights of being on the floor as a 28-minute starter. He needs to earn it.
Absolutely, bro. You hit it right on the cue, man.
All right, so enough of Bagley.
Perfect.
Enough of Bagley. Let's talk about Fox. The comment section has a lot of Fox haters on there right now, saying that Fox is Andrew Wiggins 2.0, or that Fox is overpaid, or that Fox is garbage, or that Fox is this, Fox is that. The disrespect is insane to me. Vince, I'll let you start off. Can you just set Go Come El Lobo and tell him to just be cool, because he genuinely thinks that he's Andrew Wiggins 2.0, which is just
What?
just disrespectful.
Are you kidding me right now? He's
yeah.
against the people believe that?
Yeah.
That's like a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing. That's a thing. On our chat, bro, that's a thing.
That is you guys need to delete this app and re-download it. Getting correctly. That is crazy. De'Aaron Fox is a jump shot away from being Shai Gilgeous. Like he is that nice. Like Shai Gilgeous-Alexander and De'Aaron Fox, and I know those people in the chat love SGA. De'Aaron Fox is, if you watch them play, they're the same exact thing. The only thing that's missing is a jumper. And guess what, guys? He's actually starting to hit his shots this year when he's open. So
is SGA hitting shots this year?
I'm talking about De'Aaron Fox, but SGA's hitting. I mean, SGA is a stud, bro. I ain't saying nothing bad about that, man. That is one of my.
No, I mean, I love SGA. I was wrong about SGA coming out of college. It's because he didn't play, or his role wasn't as defined as Fox's at Kentucky, so kind of tricked me to some degree. But God, he's so good, man. He's just so good.
I mean, the one thing you guys got to know about De'Aaron Fox is like, I think that there's a mindset that De'Aaron Fox has to be the prime time go-to scorer. And in my mind, he's not necessarily that guy for me. He's the guy that can get you an automatic bucket because of his speed, and that's what makes him the guy for this team right now. No one on this Kings team, I look at them and say, that's a superstar. Like in my mind, just personally, De'Aaron Fox is not a superstar player by any means. So, no, I don't think he's...
Do you see him becoming a superstar?
I mean, it just depends on if that jump shot goes. I mean, that's the biggest thing. Until a jump shot is... Until he's hitting right around 37 to 38% from the three-point line, you can't say superstar. In my mind right now, he is the number 2 option on any other team. But on this Kings team, he's number 1.
Yep.
And that's okay. Like, that's good. That doesn't mean he's a bust, though. Like, put him on any other team, he's a number 2 option and a really good one. So, and the Kings
really
don't have
good
anything
one.
else. The Kings don't have anything else.
Oh, well, they got Harrison Barnes, who this year is earning every single penny, and he is their only liable post player because Bagley isn't that guy. And again, I want to see more of Harrison Barnes in the post. This guy is just a professional scorer. He does it in a very methodical, slow, efficient way, but my gosh, he gets to where he needs to get. He's so strong. He can finish through guys, unlike Bagley, which, again, we kind of saw it in preseason. We were like, man, Bagley's kind of going through dudes. But then when the regular season came, guards were just pounding him. literally going backwards. So Harrison Barnes, if they can run more sets with him, I know they played a little bit of horns with him today. They gave him some space and just let him go to work. When he goes to work, he's either gonna score or he's gonna kick it out. And for the most part, I trust him. But in terms of Fox, man, I think he's so good. And yeah, he's a jump shot away from being a superstar. But to me, he's playing at an all-star level, and he was when they went 7-2 in those last 9 games before the pandemic. The Kings are winning games. He was averaging 23-8 roughly, and he's starting to pick it up again, and he's playing at that level. And they need him to be a 23-8 guy every single night for them to win games, for them to even be competitive. And Buddy Hield needs to, score 17, 18 and be efficient. I think that's going to happen as Luke develops his coaching ability in terms of offensive schemes, because, again, the level of difficulty of shots that Buddy is getting is just ridiculous to me, because I was telling E-Man, and everyone on the show knows, if you watch that Warriors-Kings game, how on earth is it that Steph, and I want you to answer this, Vince, how is it that Steph, with 4 non-shooters, gets better looks than Buddy Hield? And to me, that's obviously coaching.
It's that, but I also think Steph Curry is a way better off-the-ball mover. So that's what, and they set so many screens for him to get open as an off-the-ball mover. If he can just follow in the steps
but
of
that's
JJ,
part of their actual offensive scheme, though, and Luke doesn't have that in his offense, which is crazy to me.
A hustle thing, though, because I mean, like, there's so many times where you see Buddy, instead of like when he sets that hard screen, like today, there was an open shot where it's the shot where he got the ball and he hit the 3-pointer and everyone yelled Buddy Hield because Demonis Sabonis didn't even contest it. Before that, he set a screen and then walked to the corner where Fox could have just pitched it out. Obviously, we know what happened. He got the ball in the corner on the other side and it went in. That's great, but the hustle of just consistently moving at a faster pace. When you watch Curry play, you never see him really take a pause, and I think that's the bigger difference of why he's more open. And then on top of that, I think Buddy – the big thing for me with Buddy is that Buddy he has this one play that they consistently run, and it's starting to become predictable. And so the teams are just as soon as they see Richaun Holmes just standing at the top of the 3 or just inside the top of the 3 line, they know exactly what's coming. So you can't get open if you're just going to keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then that's why I put it back on Buddy's shoulders, where you want the ball more, you want to get better touches and better looks.
That's coaching, though.
Without the ball.
That's coaching.
But it's also a hustle. I mean, you can say it's coaching, but it's also a hustle. Just moving without the ball is a hustle thing.
No, you just said it, though. Like, they run that one designated play for him to, middle of the 3-point line. Holmes is standing there. It's so predictable. They literally have nothing more than that. And to me, that's an embarrassment for a professional basketball coach.
They do have
they have some
plays.
ATOs,
Luke,
but I'm
Luke
saying
comes out really good timeout plays.
Yeah. They have. It looks like really good at ATOs, but I'm just thinking, why can't he transition that into a half-court set? Because his plays aren't good, and whenever they break him off, they literally resort to what? One-on-one. They don't know what to do after the second and third read, and that's a problem. That's a coaching thing.
Yeah, Vincent. Is it because when the Kings were playing fast with Dave, Buddy would shoot it, miss it, and go to the other side of the court, run around, relocate, shoot it. Now, when he doesn't get that down pin screen and Holmes can't make the play, what does he do? He walks to the corner, like you just said, and sits there and waits, and just spreads out the defense. That's how Luke utilizes him.
They have no weak side action. Literally, they have no weak side. Every time I watch film on them, and I do this raw and unfiltered third quarter watch, literally their weak side action is so garbage. Like, they don't set no back pins. There's no movement. So obviously the defense is so easy for the defense to communicate and say, man, these guys ain't moving. Let's cheat on the strong side. And that's how guys just rotate and just collapse on Fox or whoever breaks down the defense. It's the Kings are so easy to guard. That's the problem, though.
I don't know, man, because, I mean, you can – again, I don't disagree with you. I'm not a huge fan of Luke Walton, so, I mean, anything you say about the coaching, I'm not going to disagree with you because I could say yes to all that and completely believe you. The only thing I will say, though, is that Tyrese Halliburton moves without the ball pretty damn well. You know what I mean? Like, you never see him stuck in one spot. He's constantly moving either horizontally or vertically. He's constantly moving. He might not be going across the court like we were seeing from Buddy when they were moving at that faster pace, but he's never standing still, ever. He's constantly trying to, I guess, shadow whatever everybody else is doing on the opposite end of the floor, so he's staying ready. And Buddy, again, I just see him consistently sit. And then unless the rebound goes high enough to where he sees it, he can has an attempt to grab it, then you'll see him collapse down. But just the consistent movement that you see from Halliburton is what I think you want to kind of start seeing more from Buddy. Because
So tell me why Buddy would actually move a lot and relocate during Dave's last year. Why isn't he doing it now? I can't believe someone and say, well, he forgot how to play basketball. Like, no. I can't buy into that, bro. I can't, because he used to relocate so well. I mean, we used to have these conversations with this trainer all the time on how much they would work on that. And then when the new regime came, everything changed.
But with Dave, you got to think, like, I don't think that they necessarily want Buddy to be the number one option shooter. That's the difference. I think Buddy.
Who the hell is going to – what? If he's not the number one option shooter, who the hell is?
Oh, no,
Bagley, bro.
Bagley gets more looks than –
I'm saying Bagley's a shooter, bro. I'm just saying you got to look out. He's going to start falling, like, with ease. But, no, I just don't think he's – what I mean by they don't want him to be, like, the number one option scorer is just I think they want to be more downhill play. It's not they want drive and kick, or that's why I say I don't like Luke Walton's offense. The half court sets are horrible. Mm-hmm. It's one play, and then if that doesn't work, it's space out. Either give me the screen or move out of my way so I can try and get another person on me. And that's why you see these big leads of 10-12 go down to 6-5.
Yep.
In a matter of like a minute and 30 seconds. It's because the Kings, like you said, they're easy to crash on. Just stop that one play that they have set up, and that's it. Then they're done. But with Buddy, again, I agree with you. I don't think the coaching is good for him just because I don't think the offense has any versatility to it. It's one and done, and that's it, right? But at the same time, I look to a guy like Halliburton, energy guy. He's no matter, even if he's stuck on one side of the floor, he's still shadowing what's going on, so he's always ball ready. Where when I see Buddy over there, he's standing where he needs to be because he's the bailout option. You know what I'm saying? Like that's
a problem.
That pin down.
Exactly. That's exact offense right there.
That's his exact offense, though. That's exactly my problem, though. And again, Halliburton is off the charts IQ, Buddy isn't. So when you know the strengths and weaknesses of your player, as a head coach, you have to just put that guy in the best situations to succeed. And he doesn't do that. Buddy's efficient and effective when you use him right.
IQ comes from yourself as well. Luke Walton, for all we know, Luke Walton can be say, hey, move up and down, move left to right, close in a little bit when they fade out, so you're consistently in motion.
So did Buddy forget how to play then?
But he doesn't mean he's actually going to do it. Some players
so did Buddy? Like if Buddy never played that year with Dale, I'd be like, yeah, that's on Buddy. But because I've seen him do it, it's hard for me to believe that he just forgot how to like move.
It's not that he forgot how to move. I think he's stuck with just running the game plan. At some point, he needs to evolve and move. But Halliburton's running the same exact game plan, and he's moving. And you said it's because of his IQ. IQ is the person.
No, because Luke uses him, and they way different. Like he uses them differently. His role is different than Buddy's. Buddy's is, like, as you said, the last like option. Just sit there and just stand there for a shot.
When Buddy's off the court and Halliburton is in that same situation. Let's say, for example, when Buddy's off and Halliburton's in, and he's basically the push out, right? He's the guy that can throw it out to for that three. You never see him only in the far corner. He's consistently moving from the top corner all the way down to the bottom sideline. He's consistently moving up and down, and when De'Aaron Fox pops out, he'll crash down a little bit just inside the three-point line, just in case a rebound goes up. Buddy sits in the one spot. The one spot. And again, it could be coaching. Yeah, again, I agree with you. I don't disagree with you on that. The coaching is bad. We can all see it. But the mindset to just be moving is on the mindset of the person who's on the court. You can tell him over and over again. Doesn't mean he's actually going to do it. And you're asking me how he's going to get better shots?
Yeah.
It's just taking the initiative to do more. Because that's the only way he's going to do it, because the offense isn't going to give it to him. They run one, maybe two plays for him, out of bounds plays for him, and that's it. And if he's not hot, which he's not right now, he's not going to look good in the game, especially on the defensive end. And that's what people are going to focus on because they already know how good of a shooter he is.
Yeah, but
today he played well though.
Yeah,
he shot over 50.
He
No,
did play well today, and as I was tweeting out, he's a decoy out there. This is presence alone. The Pacers rather live with, even though he's struggling and shooting 30%, they rather him not shoot the ball and let Harrison Barnes or De'Aaron Fox shoot the ball. That tells you a lot right there. But I want to ask both of you about Glenn Robinson because I know E-Man's on one side and Vince is on the other side. So tell me why Glenn Robinson deserves 21 to 25 minutes a night, Vince.
Because Marvin Bagley and Hassan Whiteside are bad. That's the only key reason you're acting as if like I think Glenn Robinson is like the best player on the team. Like just bench wise, he brings an energy, and I'm not gonna lie to you. Sometimes I don't understand why he looks. I didn't think he would look so like loosey goosey. I guess that's the only way I can describe it. Like he just kind of looks a little wild sometimes, but the energy that he brings and the fact that he can be just an energy guy that's going to get foul calls on him. He's going to be aggressive. That's why I like him over a Bagley, a Hassan, and
Belita. Belita didn't even
Bagley
play.
didn't even play today. I just
yeah,
realized that.
That's why Glenn got those minutes.
I think the only reason why they're not going to play Bielitsa is because Bielitsa, that lateral quickness is bad. And I don't think Bielitsa is that good of a defender. I just think that they want lateral quickness to get them off the 3-point line. I think you're going to see him. You're going to see these closeouts. The way they played defense today, they just wanted energy, and you can tell by their lineups. Like I don't think you really even saw Kojo that much today, right? Like how many minutes did Corey Joseph
15,
play?
15. Thank goodness.
He was one of the few who was going over screens, and I kept getting mad at him.
All I think that they're doing is trying to bring energy into this team. They're trying to pick up the pace defensively, not necessarily offensively. And I think that's why he should be on the court. I think he's up to bring out and close out and rack up fouls if need be. And all they need him to do is grab rebounds, get fouls, and play aggressive defense and knock down threes. And that's really not that hard to do.
Before E-Man answers that, I'd rather have Glenn play than Kojo, but go ahead, E-Man.
No, I was just going to say Glenn's the other guy on the other side of the corner, sitting in the corner. Buddy's on one corner, Glenn's on the other corner, and you're letting Fox and Tyrese and Hassan and Rashawn just run pick and rolls all day, and you're the two guys just spreading the floor.
Yeah. So did you like that he played those minutes tonight, E-Man?
Well, yeah, he hit one. He hit 1 3. I think Belita could have hit those same threes, But I mean, I'm looking for a replacement for him in the future, in the very, very soon. I'll easily look for a replacement for him. But for now,
to me, his problem is that he gets lost on defense way too easily. Like people want to talk about everybody else. He's awful defensively.
He is exactly who Hassan is. Like, you're only in, buddy. You're only in Hassan because there's no one else who can do.
Correct.
Like your size, you're the fastest guy at your size. Compared to everyone else. So.
He's lucky Daquan's not playing.
Facts.
Yeah.
See, if he was playing,
he'd be nice.
Yeah.
I just think that the big thing, like I said, he's a little wild. So, and I think the whole team does this a lot. But I don't think he necessarily gets lost. And I said this to you on Twitter when we talked about it, Leo, is I think he just overshows and overcommits on closeouts. And it leaves so much open behind him on either side. So if he shows, it leaves an open three or to an open swing pass.
So he's not good, period. It's more of a technicality. But yeah.
It's necessarily that he gets lost. It's just that he's like, again, he's just so wild. I just feel like he's doing this like the entire time, just constantly shaking and just wanting to be somewhere. And he just overcommits in either direction. But again, I think that's the reason why he's out there. They just want someone that's, energetic, willing to rack up fouls. They're okay with him if he gets in foul trouble. Their replacement is Bielitsa. Their replacement is Daquan Jeffries, whatever. You know what I mean? Jabari Parker, if he can ever see minutes again. Like, they know that he is expendable. So throw him out there, bring out some energy, and on days where he's on, he'll look good. Like today, because the Pacers were missing wide open shots, he looked good.
So, do you want to add anything more to that, man? About coach?
No, I didn't. He didn't have much to do today. He was just out there, and the focus was on Sabonis. That's That's where the defense was at.
So Tyrese, he's so good, man. I mean, anything that kid does, it's just eye opening. He's legit. He's gonna be front runner for Rookie of the Year all year, especially if he gets 29 minutes a night. I mean, his impact is irreplaceable. It seems like, and
It's
man,
crazy.
I mean, just talk about him defensively, Vince. What have you liked so far, and what did you like tonight?
I think it's just the obvious answer, right? His basketball IQ is just off the charts. And I said it earlier in the show. I think the best part about his game today was knowing to drop automatically on Sabonis. And that whole team and just him setting that tone and him and Rashawn setting that tone to make sure the Pacers were uncomfortable at all times. They constantly made sure that they had to make one move and keep moving. Uh, Again, I just think his basketball IQ is just off the charts. And yeah, I think he's the front runner for Rookie of the Year right now. There's no doubt in my mind about it. I know Anthony Edwards is starting to score a little bit, but in that same game where he was starting to score, he made a rookie mistake and threw the game away.
Yeah,
So
I watched that.
I don't know, man. I just think
Tyrese would never.
he has a vet mind. He is just such a vet mind when he's out there. I really like Tyrese Halliburton. I think he's Rookie of the Year for sure. That's right now.
Go ahead, man.
I think today Ty, like Kojo, he had a couple defensive mental lapses on personnel, on who he was supposed to guard and switching when they weren't supposed to switch, and instead of going under screens like I wanted them to, he would try to fight it, and then they'd get easy layups like Kojo. But overall, like, I mean, we've been talking about it all year. How I just love how he's a rookie, and he's already impacting the game. And you know when he's in the game, and you don't have to wait for this project, to develop. Like, we've been throwing shade at Bagley all day, but like some other people, Bagley, we've been waiting for him forever, and we still have to wait. But I just loved how Tyrese is already impacting the game. He's gonna be the Rookie of the Year. I'm calling it right now, bro.
You say one nice thing about Bagley, please.
I did. Today he played well. It was set up for Bagley to just keep it simple, and he did perfect. He did A-okay, man. I gave him a solid B+ today.
People are saying free Metu. Do you free Metu, Vince Miracle?
No, I mean it was. I mean, if I'm gonna free anybody, I want to free Kyle Guy. I want to free Kyle Guy. He's my guy. That's my dude right there. I feel like he's the guy that walks into Cal Fit and just gives everyone buckets and talks to you while he's there. That's my dude. Give him free Kyle Guy.
Yeah.
No Tyler Hero. Everyone wants him to be.
I've said this. I think Kyle Guy should be playing over Kojo, but that's just me. I just think Coach has been so bad this season, man. And again, no disrespect, he's been on a decline ever since he got traded from Indiana. And even that last year at Indiana, he wasn't that good, and yet Vlade so overpaid for him. And I get it. If you're the Kings, you got to overpay for guys. But my gosh, he wasn't that good that last year. And again, he's been on a decline. And to me, he's the worst pairing with Buddy Hield. Like two guys that you don't want together. And it's been unfortunate, but we've seen too much of that. Harrison Barnes, E-Man, what was the biggest play of the game for you?
Just switching. Buddy was getting destroyed by Oladipo back to back, and then they made a switch to HB, started guarding him, and Oladipo went downhill from there because they started switching. I'm okay with Hassan and why do I keep saying Hassan? Rashawn Holmes and HB switching is perfectly fine with me.
Because you love us on Whiteside. That's why. Because that's your favorite player.
That's Ty's favorite player. It's not Harrison Barnes is my favorite player right now, bro. He's my MVP. He's just been the same old HB, bro, all year long, and you can't complain about the guy, man. He's inspirational, bro.
Is he the best player on the team, or has he been the best player on the team, Vince?
Yeah, just because of consistency, though. I think if you look to him and you say, "Hey, give me a bucket," or "Hey, stop this player," or he's the best player because he does exactly what he needs to do on a night-to-night basis. When Harrison Barnes is in the game, I know exactly what I'm getting. That he might have an off night, but that's the biggest win. That's why he's the best right now for the Kings. He is consistent. When he's on the floor, he's Harrison Barnes. But let me ask you this though: is this the best Harrison Barnes we've ever seen in the NBA?
Yes. Yeah.
Easy.
By far, easily. This dude is good.
Yeah.
He just knows how to draw fouls. He's gone back to the lab and just really honed his skills. Last year we saw some of it for sure, but not as consistent as this year. And then the first year or half the season when Dave coached, and I've said this, it was unfair to me, and they want to blame it on him and cutting Shumper and the scores and losing his swagger, all that garbage. No, the fact is he needed time to adjust, and Dave didn't get him for an entire offseason and how to properly use him. So that's that, in my opinion. But hey, man, the Kings got a big win tonight, guys. Trade rumors that I want to ask you real quick, man. And I've been saying this. Would you trade Bagley for OG straight up?
Yeah, 100%. Not even a doubt in my mind.
Me too, man. Me too. Now, would the
trade him.
Raptors... Now, okay.
I wouldn't. I want to.
Would the Raptors do it?
Would the Raptors do it?
Yeah. That's interesting, huh?
I don't think they'd do it.
Me
I
neither.
think they know what they got with OG. OG is
Me too, yeah.
OG is a top-notch defender. And the funny thing is too, like he doesn't even get talked about for his rebounding. Like rebounding wise, he's good rebounding. He box out hard. He's got a big body. Like he's got a big lower waist area. Like he is thick down there.
Tree trunks for sure.
People out. Pause.
Would you trade Bagley for Norman Powell?
No, I wouldn't do that though.
No?
No, I wouldn't do that. I'm not.
You got to throw in a draft pick.
Yeah, you throw in a draft pick, I'll think about it.
You'll think about it.
I'm not on that Norman Powell. Norman Powell is like a cheaper version of Terrence Ross, and if that's not, I mean, I feel like you can find those by the dozen.
Oof, the Kings need one bad. Kings need one bad.
And I get that they need a score, but again, you got as much as we hate on Bagley, like the fact that Bagley is 22 years old still plays a factor into his trade value. He's not gonna make that much. I think the trade that everyone needs to start considering is somehow getting Andre Drummond. Like, I'm being honest. I know a lot of people aren't going to like that. I think Richaun Holmes is great for this team. I still think, honestly, in my opinion, he would be the absolute number one best backup center you can have on this team. And to get a guy like Andre Drummond in this type of offense would be perfect. I mean, he's a guy that you can set a big screen to get Buddy open, gets 20 rebounds a game. I mean, 2 steals and 2 blocks a game easy from a guy that can play defense. Again, it's nothing flashy, it's nothing big, but he's not going to cost a lot either. You can honestly probably trade Bagley and get a pick for Andre Drummond. Like, honestly, because you got to remember, they got Andre Drummond for 2 second-round picks in Cleveland.
Yeah, because he's on a huge contract.
Yeah, well, now he's about to be a free agent. What do you want him to do? He's going to get paid. He's not going to be there.
They're going to cut him?
What did you say?
Are they going to Are they going to buy him out?
No, I think he only has 1 year after this, right?
Oh, okay. I don't know. I mean, if he's okay with Holmes finishing games, because I for sure don't want him finishing games.
I don't understand why you can't play both of them together. We just talked about how good Richaun Holmes is defensively, even coming off of a screen guarding a guard. He's that fast.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean? Like, I just think this team wants to play fast so bad. And I think their biggest issue is that defensively they can't be aggressive because when they're moving downhill to finally get a basket, they only have that one move that they can do. All their efforts are going to be back on the other end of the court, and then they get tired out as the game goes on. Like when in the start of games, people always notice the Kings are really good in the first half. As the game continues to go on, they never have enough, and I think it's just because defensively they can't continuously bring that energy on a one side off, like on a one-play offense, because you're constantly always on the other end.
Wait, you said Andre Drummond can switch on screens and play the guards?
Hell no, he can't.
Rashawn Holmes.
Oh, I was like, Andre Drummond cannot do that.
Oh,
no, because you said home. You want Holmes to close games. I said that they can close games together. I say you can have a Holmes and Drummond on a front court.
To start, yeah, but not to finish. I mean, he's going to be unplayable. Yeah.
you have a 3-guard lineup and HB at the 4, bro. You can't. You got to pick one or the other.
Again, I like Andre
Okay.
Drummond. I think Andre Drummond would be a good player to go after.
Okay.
Vince is gonna be like bench Fox. Start buddy.
No.
So,
my son loves De'Aaron Fox. I am not.
Yeah. Yeah. So there are 2 questions, and then my last thing: John Collins for Bagley, and then Fox for Siakam, and then so which one would you do, or would you do none?
I would do if there was any way possible to make a Marvin Bagley for John Collins happen. You hop on that thing. Oh my goodness, you hop on the thing as fast as you can and never look back. John Collins is everything Marvin Bagley wants to be. That's facts.
Okay, here's another question though, because his extension is going to come up soon. Would you let him be a restricted free agent?
Yes.
Yeah, me too. And if someone pays him a lot, I'm letting him walk. I'm telling you that right now. I wouldn't want to pay him a lot.
Man, I don't know.
He's good, but I would still let Rashawn finish out games over him.
Look, I think John Collins, if he continues to develop correctly, again, like we talked about earlier, the Kings are
no more passes for these bigs to develop, bro. It is what it is.
Look. John Collins is already better than Bagley, right? John Collins is really good. He can get you 20 and 10 with ease. He can shoot
the ball. Yeah, like that's better than Bagley, I guess.
Shoot the ball with Bagley too. I mean,
I don't know, man. Bagley's an easy bucket from 3.
I would heartbeat. Just like the Kings are such a small market, you make him a restricted free agent to see what the value is for him right now. But I think you keep him. I mean, to have that type of team, John Collins is still young. He fits this mold perfectly because of how he plays, how fast he moves. He can play a little bit of defense. He grabs rebounds. Him and Rashawn Holmes next to each other would be gross. I think that would be nice.
That's exactly what I wanted with Christian Wood and Rashawn Holmes. Like, that would have been the ideal, my God, like the ideal duo. And that's all I talked about. I was like, there's one guy that I want in free agency. Christian Wood, like nobody else. And
let me ask you this though, because the Kings have been seeing a lot of Western Conference bigs. Like we have a lot of bigs, like Nurkic and Jokic and AD. Like those are coming in. Even the Grizzlies have a big in Valanciunas. Do you see John Collins? Do you see Rashawn Holmes? Do you see Marvin Bagley? Any of those guys being able to stop these guys? No. So I wouldn't tie my money on a skinny frame big like those guys. I'd rather pay less for bigs like Hassan and other guys his size to just be a body out there and bang with these big guys.
I mean, I don't know, man. Look at the defense that they did today on Sabonis. I mean, you can't. You got to
exactly look at the defensive scheme though. And Hassan was playing, and Bagley's minutes went down. What does that tell you? They needed a bigger presence, and they needed a defense where everyone's sinking.
I'm not, again, I think Hassan shouldn't be on the floor that often anyways. But, I mean, I guess as a body, it's fine. Look, you go for talent, man. Like, this is a team that needs talent, and John Collins is talent. And to have that next to Rashawn Holmes, if you can make a good defensive scheme, the guy brings everything you need him to bring. He's the developed version and not even fully developed himself, but he's the developed version of Marvin Bagley.
That's true.
Now, offensively, it's a fun 2K team. I would say that, but defensively, it's gonna be a pain. I can see it already.
So, Lauri Markkanen or John Collins?
It's a defensive. Again, though, you're bringing out all these small frame people, bro. Give me a big.
Can we do the one that I really hope would ever happen? I don't think Orlando's gonna do it, but I mean it's possible with all these injuries. Can we go get Vooch?
He's
there any way we
nice.
can do that?
He's
Oh
nice.
my gosh, I wish he's my perfect guy.
Can we do that? Like,
Like
I'm
Vladdy wasn't insane anymore. Like Vladdy was onto something, bro.
gonna tell you this right now, and this is why I'm telling you guys that like De'Aaron Fox, you guys can't hate on him. He's just a number 2 on a team. If Vucevic came to the Kings, he'd be the Kings' best player right when he gets here. That's not a doubt in my mind. De'Aaron Fox would be the.
I'm gonna be honest, and I don't watch Vooch enough. But when I do watch him, I fall in love with him.
He is. Hey, he's got bad knees. You can kind of tell. Like, there's just a lot of history on that. But man, when he is flowing in that offense, he can get it from the top, shoot the three. He can put his back against you. It's when he's in the post, man. People move. He'd be a really good. He's not that great of a passer though, and he's also really not that great of a defender. If I'm being honest, like he just started developing the ability to leave his hands up when smaller guys are driving to the basket. Like he just learned that like ago. But
as long as he doesn't bring the ball down when he's in the paint,
he doesn't.
I'm okay.
He doesn't.
Hey, but he does some really good handoffs. Like him
Yeah,
and
he
Evan
does.
Fournier's handoffs are nice.
He's really good at that. He's really good at that.
If that
So
was his ability, do that.
was tonight's lineup, which I said we should see a lot more of the lineup that they finished with Holmes and HB, Fox, Ty, and Buddy. Is that the lineup that should get the bulk of the minutes now?
Yeah,
I think it's always been like that, man.
But they haven't played.
that's their best team right
Yeah.
there. Like those are all their best players.
Those are your best guys, exactly. Yep.
Okay. Enough said. I know Javi's mad in the comments. He's been trying to call in. Go ahead, bro. Call in. I'll let you get in 2 minutes before we end this show, man, because I know you're pretty pissed saying that we're allowing nonsense. But, hey, I don't think Vooch is nonsense, bro. I think Vooch makes his team instantly better. And if you can give up Bagley and the protective first, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
I mean, that's the only thing. Like, that's the cost for Vooch would be too hard. That's the only thing that would be the problem for me. Is like, Vooch is worth it if there was any way to get him, but I think the price tag would be too high because he's playing that good. But he's kind of aged, you know what I mean? Like he's aged body. I don't know his actual age off the top of my head, but like the injury history with him and like the things that you hear about with his knees. I also think he has like a back issue. Like again, I think his
Don't say that now. Don't say that now. You've been
Yeah,
hyping
bro.
him up the whole time.
you just blew him up, and then you're like, nah.
If my energy stays the same, I would still love Vucevic. I think he'd be a perfect fit on this team. He'd be the number 1 option right away. It's just at the same time, like I think what he turns into at the end of his career, when it starts like getting to that point, and we might be getting to that latter half of it now, is he's a more offensively gifted Al Horford. He just can't pass like him.
Like
And a
like
bigger version too.
Like an Al's prime or what? Or,
No, just like Al Horford right now. Like
I mean, that's not fair. Al's pretty old, bro. Al was way better like when he was younger.
I said at the latter half of his career. And by the way, Al Horford is still doing really good over there.
No, yeah. I'm just, but that's what I'm asking. Are you asking? Are you comparing him now? You comparing him like prime Al Horford?
No, I'm saying I said when Vucevic is coming to the end of his career, I think he will be like an Al Horford, like Al Horford is now type of player. Like later on, I'm not saying like this year or next year, but maybe like 3 years down the line.
Okay. Would Al Horford help this team now? Like, would you take that contract on?
I don't know, man. He's good right now still. Like, he's old, but he's still good. He still got it.
What do you think, you man?
Probably not. That money's still high. That money's still too much for me.
Hey,
would you guys find a way to get Derek Favors from Utah?
Our bigs suck, like besides Holmes.
I would go get Plumlee from the Pistons. That's
in a heartbeat.
That was a possibility. Oh my goodness, that would be nice.
Go ahead, Javier.
How are you guys doing today?
Good, bro.
Nah, I'm hearing this narrative that, Marvin Bagley, the Collins, the Andre Drummond doesn't move. He's not going to go up and down the court, and to say that just the lack of, I know Marvin Bagley's played bad, but I mean, if we're going to trade Marvin Bagley, you need to realize he's 21 years old and he's in his third year, really he's in his second year. We need to acquire a valuable asset that's either expiring and young or somebody that has some youthfulness. And I just hope that, like I said in the comments, I don't know if it's practical, but if you could get a Buddy Hield and Marvin Bagley, 2 future firsts for Levine and Marketing when they just declined his option, I'm looking at something like that. But to just trade him for an aging veteran like Andre Drummond because he might fit the scheme.
But why would the Bulls accept that trade again?
I'm not saying they would.
Oh.
That's something I'm not giving up on Marvin Bagley for Andre Drummond. And then I hear your other third co-host talking about Buddy Hield hasn't moved. You need to watch Kings basketball when he was in his best season with the Kings in 18-19 when he was running all these actions from left to weak side to play side. This is a schematic issue. And to say Halliburton played 11 games. Buddy Hield led the league in NBA the three-point contest and was top 3 in three-point percentage from the field. And also on top of all that, he was the Kings' best player in 18-19. No matter how good Fox was, Buddy Hield was the best player in that team. So it's not about Buddy Hield's regrets. It's about the coaching staff not utilizing him correctly, which, granted, he had 5 threes tonight, but he's averaging, 16 and a half a game, 35% from 3. It's an issue schematically. And until we understand that and it's inputted in our minds that Buddy Hield's not being used correctly, it's sad to see.
I agree, man. I'm mad at you.
Because I pray for speedy recovery. He, broke his kneecap, and, that's my guy, and I hope he recovers well. Vucevic is a pipe dream, but unless you're going to throw Marvin Bagley and picks for him, they're not going to do that. But I want somebody that's going to come back and give us residual scoring if we're going to trade Marvin Bagley, who's 21 years. He's 20. I know he's not playing well. He's 21 years old. Like, we didn't take Luka Doncic. Just don't go throw the rest of the water in the well or in the well because you're not happy how he's playing this time. Like that, you still got to drink water sometime. Like, you never know when he's going to get you in a year. Like, you don't throw him for Andre Drummond. Andre Drummond's going to be out of the league in 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, it's just too over the top, and it's overzealous to think he's going to make a significant impact. But Marvin Bagley can barely even go to a bar. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, just have that mindset, like to say, but like this is a lot that this is coaching, and we'll go about your breakdowns that I watch. It's coaching, and it's going to be continued. Like, Luke's going to coach himself out of his job this year unless they somehow finish respectable. And I mean, they look at their plus minus and their win differential. Like 0.4 points against. They barely beat the Pacers, which are a good team, but they're getting blown out in defeat.
Yep.
So they need to either flip the switch. Gentry needs more say offensively in their scheme, or they say they want to run, but they're not running the way they did.
That's true.
They're so they need to fix it. Hopefully we can text you back to my text, Leo, and make sure we listen. Marvin Bagley's not getting any type of transactional move from the Kings unless they get substantial value back, and that's not his trade value is nowhere near what they can get for him. He's regressed. So 2 years ago, his trade value was way higher than it is now. Just don't throw him because you're not happy with what he's doing. Don't throw him away because you don't like how he's playing. He's not doing it right now, but don't just give up on him. He's 21.
All right, brother. Appreciate the call as always.
Yeah, you have a good one, Leo. Thank you.
So, did you say Drummond for Bagley, Vince, or was that just like find a way to get Drummond? Just to clarify that.
Just find a way to get Drummond. If you have to throw Bagley in there, the big thing for me, and I just looked it up right now to double check myself, is Drummond's on the final year of his contract. Next year, he's an unrestricted free agent. So, you can find a way to get a ton of cap space open also. Mm-hmm. So, that's another possibility you got to look at with Drummond. And again, like he was saying, you don't want to give up on Bagley. And that's what I was saying earlier. His age is what makes him still have so much value. Why I don't think the Kings want to give up on him. But at the same time, you have to look at what's been in front of you. He hasn't stayed healthy enough to be on the court enough. He wasn't even in the bubble. You know what I mean? He doesn't stay healthy enough to be on the court. And when he is on the court, his flaws are seen, and it's very, obvious. So that's where I'm having my issues with him. So what can you get for him? It's almost nothing right now. I think if you want to get any real deal done, where you're going to get a true player and no one's going to want to do it. I'm not saying I'm okay with them doing this, but if they wanted to blow it up and just say, hey, it's time, you have to package together Buddy Hield and Bagley to get anything of what you guys are looking for, which is a star type of player. I saw some stupid thing on Reddit where it says the Kings should be making calls to get Siakam or Bradley Beal out of their situations. First off, you'll never get Bradley Beal. That is not happening. That is never happening. To get past, I think Pascal Siakam would be a good get, but I think you'd have to throw in. You'd have to throw in Buddy. I think they can get so much more than just a Bagley and a first. So.
Yeah, without question. I mean, they wouldn't even take that. Bagley and Holm. I'd be like, Bagley and Buddy for Siakam? Hell nah.
I'm saying.
Like, again, Kings fans overrate their own players, and they don't understand how other people around the NBA look at these players. But that's going to do it, y'all, man. Let's give Vince a round of applause. We appreciate you joining the show, brother. We're in the show 105. Good conversation. Kings win. Vince loses some money, but again, it's like a win-win. He lost money, but the Kings won. So it's a win-win, man.
I got to be on and I got to be on the show and get to see my buddies again. You know what I mean? How's quarantine? You guys good or what?
We got to hoop soon, bro. At the secret location gym.
Yeah. Hey, I stay ready. I stay ready, so I gotta get ready. You already know I'm down. You know what I mean? So good. Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays, by the way, are like arguably my best days, just because I've been doing boxing on Tuesdays. Just trying to get back into shape one a little bit more. Quarantine. I went from, remember a while ago, I was up to like 244, like 50 pounds, right? I dropped all the way down to 199. Quarantine hit.
Congrats, bro.
I'm back up to like 213 right now. So I'm back on my grind. I've been running 2 miles a day every day since last. And I've been doing boxing for like the last 3 weeks right now. So I'm just trying to get back into shape. I've been hooping Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So whenever you guys want to get these buckets, you already know. I'm
at
down.
The same park?
Same park. Same place.
Oh, man.
Actually, we got more heads. And I'm not going to. All right, look.
Yeah.
Hey, money.
Hey, Corona still exists, okay? So watch the next one.
What we get?
All I'm saying is that money has been fun.
Nice.
We've been having a ton of shooting contests.
Oh, nice.
6 feet apart,
6 feet apart shooting contests.
We play have our own balls. Like, it's nice.
Nice. Got the masks on and everything.
No, I'm not gonna lie to you. A lot of people have been wearing masks now because there's like 5 of us, so
Wow.
we all wear masks.
Yeah, and I see people do like football players, like they were the ones that just come up, easy, take it off when you gotta yell, put it back on. So stay safe, fans.
Stay safe, everybody. We appreciate it. Make sure you drop a review on iTunes. This will be available on all audio platforms. Thank you guys so much. And on behalf of the entire CK family, we thank you and we see you on Wednesday night. Peace.